Hello, everybody. This is the third video I've recorded today, and I feel like I'm dying. My voice is about to be gone, so please bear with me. My name is Tulla, and back in the spring of 2020, I would say that I had a pretty successful college admissions cycle. So because of that, I wanted to start making videos to help all of you guys with your college applications process. I know it is a super scary and super stressful time, but I'm here sharing my tips and tricks to help you get through it because you can do it, I promise. So today I am going to be reading my Northwestern supplemental essay and telling you guys all about what I did under the Northwestern section on my Common App. So on my computer, I am under Common App and I'm gonna pull up Northwestern's little section of my colleges. There's a lot of things that are specific to you and it won't really help if I read them, like entry term and financial aid, but everything else I'll be reading that will be helpful. So before we get started, if you copy anyone's essay like mine or anyone else from the internet, you're only doing yourself a disservice. Top colleges like Northwestern are going to know if they've seen this essay before and they're never going to accept a copied essay. If you try to plagiarize, they are going to be able to tell that they have seen that essay before. You're really only doing yourself a disservice. Creativity and originality is the single most important thing you can have in any of your college essays, and by looking at someone on the internet and copying their essay, you're completely destroying that super important part of your application. So the first thing that I see is ACT/SAT testing is optional this year. I would strongly encourage you to submit your ACT/SAT if you're happy with your scores. I really think that it's something that can be super helpful, especially in such a crazy year, but I know that not everyone has had the opportunity to take it. When I applied under the Northwestern College of Arts and Sciences. For my activities, I did submit a resume and I would strongly encourage that you submit one. If you don't already have one, I know that there are so many resources out there that help you create a professional resume, whether it is a website or a YouTube video or anything in between. There are tons of different ways to find a great resource to create a resume because it is so imperative that you have one in the college applications process. I do not like how close I am to the camera. So this year under contacts, I know they ask you if you did a college tour or anything similar. I did not do any of those and I did not check any of those boxes. I would strongly encourage you to give them your email address or your phone number to let them contact you in that contact box, because that's just a way of showing demonstrated interest, which is a great thing that'll tell the college, yeah, I like you and I would be willing to come to your college if you accepted me. Under family, it asks you a lot about your legacy status. Sunny, your head is in the video. I do not have legacy to Northwestern in any way, shape, or form. Hello. So here we go, what you guys are probably here for, the Northwestern supplemental essay. Their supplemental essay is the Why Northwestern statement. It is optional, but I would strongly, highly, everything. I would strongly, highly, completely encourage you to write it. I think if you select no and you don't write it, you are shooting yourself in the foot. It is a very bad idea to not. And the reason you're probably here is because you're already planning on writing it and you're wondering how. This year the statement is, in 300 words or less, help us understand how you might engage specific resources, opportunities, and/or communities here. We are curious about what these specifics are, as well as how they may enrich your time at Northwestern and beyond. My personal topic last year was, other parts of your application give us a sense for how you might contribute to Northwestern, but we also want to consider how Northwestern will contribute to your interests and goals. In 300 words or less, help us understand what aspects of Northwestern appeal most to you and how you'll make use of specific resources and opportunities here. I think it's the exact same question, they just worded it differently. I think the new wording focuses a little bit more on resources, opportunities, and communities, which means that they want specifics. And I think that's a really good thing to highlight, is they want specifics about their college. This piece of hair, I didn't realize that was that long. So here is what I wrote. As someone with interests ranging from neuro-oncology to Greek mythology, an education at a multidisciplinary institution has always been a priority. But what sets Northwestern apart for me is its unparalleled strength in both the arts and medicine, which would allow me to conduct world-class research in one class and study Hellenistic cultures in the next. Being able to conduct research as an undergraduate is something I am looking forward to experiencing in college, and Northwestern is the perfect place to do this. One project I have taken a specific interest in is the Language and Communication in Aging and Neurodegeneration Research Group. That's a mouthful. So I added a little anecdote about a family situation that I was in the next 2 sentences. I don't feel super comfortable sharing that online, but it's literally just 2 sentences about my personal experience with neurodegenerative diseases. That's it. It's super simple. Being able to conduct research that combines my interests in neuroscience with the potential to help those afflicted with diseases would be an absolute dream as an undergraduate. Additionally, I would love to be a part of the Northwestern Undergraduate Pre-Medical Scholars Program. The ability to gain early acceptance into a medical school as prestigious as the Feinberg School of Medicine would be an incredible opportunity. Because of Northwestern's unrivaled strengths in many diverse areas of study, I would be surrounded by a student body with all types of interests and from all walks of life. One that fosters learning inside and outside of the classroom. The proximity to Chicago would expose me to life in a big city while still offering a small learning environment that fosters connections between peers. Northwestern would be the perfect place to immerse myself in an educational environment where I can pursue my passions, achieve my goals, and graduate college not only as a better student, but as a better person. So there we are. That was my one and only supplemental that I sent into Northwestern University. When you only have one supplemental essay, I think it is super important to really make sure it's a strong one. That's the one essay where they're going to get to see your personality shine through, and they're really going to get to see who you are as a person. You really want this to be a super convincing essay because this is what tells them that you want to go to their college, you want to be a part of that community. Also, since the word count's only 300 words, you're going to want to use as many of those as possible. I used 293 words out of the 300 available, and I think that really gave me the opportunity to completely explain all of my points. If you're hovering around 150 to 200 words, I would strongly encourage you to write just a little bit more. Everything that you write is going to give Northwestern or whatever college you're applying to a better understanding of who you are as a person, and I think that's the exact type of thing they're looking for in a supplemental essay. With that being said, I think it's super important to remember that everything you put down on that page, you want to fully explain. If you have 7 or 8 stories or personal experiences that you want to explain in one 300-word essay, you're definitely going to have to cut down. Also, since this is a very short essay, it's kind of along the same lines, but you're going to want to make sure it has a nice flow. I know on short essays, it's super easy to get stuck in a kind of choppy sense, skipping from one topic to another because you want to include so many different things in an essay, but really try to pare that down and make sure you only have things that go with each other and that flow really, really nicely. Just like with all of my other colleges that have Why Our College essay, for my Why Northwestern essay, the first place I started was their college website. I made sure to go on there and research and see what things they were proud of at their school and try to convey that in my own essay. I know that Northwestern is an incredibly well-rounded school and they have strength in so many different fields. So that's something I really wanted to convey in my essay. If you are someone with totally different and diverse interests, I think that's a great thing to highlight in your Why Northwestern essay, that you have tons of different interests and that Northwestern would be a great place to explore those because Northwestern has a ton of different super amazing programs that they are totally strong in. I think it is such a great thing to find a college that is so well-rounded and so strong in so many different fields. So I made sure to highlight that in my essay because that is something that I loved about Northwestern. Something that they added to the topic this year that I did not have last year was how these experiences may enrich your time at Northwestern and beyond. I think it's a great idea to highlight that and beyond point. It's not something that was in the essay last year, so obviously I didn't write about it, but I think if you choose to write about that, that can make a super strong point on how you're going to use your Northwestern education in the future. Colleges love seeing essays that show how you're going to take your education and transform it into a career or success later on in life. Again, Northwestern says they are curious about what these specifics are. I would 100% recommend you have at least 2 specific opportunities in your essay that you want to be a part of. For me, those were the Language and Communication and Aging Neurodegeneration Research Group and the Northwestern Undergraduate Pre-Medical Scholars Program. The reason I only focused on 2 again is because I wanted to be able to completely explain those 2 without switching from topic to topic and making a choppy, underdeveloped essay. I made sure to only focus on 2 that I can completely explain and completely tell Northwestern why I wanted to be a part of those 2 groups. I would definitely recommend to you guys to do something similar, to take these specific programs that you would love to be a part of and really explain them. Those programs could be anything: community service, clubs, research groups, even specific classes that you would be so interested in taking, or professors that you think are amazing and you would love to meet. Northwestern really wants anything specific that shows you have done your research into that college. Another thing I'd like to highlight is that they say, we strongly encourage a response because your answer will connect the dots across your application to imagine what kind of college student you might become. So something that you really want to showcase in this essay is what kind of college student you will become. You want to show Northwestern your personality in this essay and show them why they want you to be a part of their community. Again, a good thing to highlight is how you are unique and individual in those ways. They don't want to see something that's super basic that any other student could have written. They want to see your specific interests, they want to see your personality, and they want to see who you are going to be on their campus. A great way to add this in is to think of a specific aspect of your personality and try to inject that into the essay. If you think you're a really funny person, a great thing to add is like a little joke or some kind of humor in your essay. What I did to show my personality was I took a specific experience that I'd had in my life and I tied it to a specific research group that really pertains to something that I had experienced. Like I've said in my other videos, flattery is always a good thing. Admissions officers are supposed to love the college that they are working for. So if you are able to really compliment the college on something that you love, like a research program like I did, I think that's a great thing. And it's a way to show the college that you're really interested in becoming a part of their community. Another great option to write about would be taking a specific program at Northwestern and showing how that program would translate into the skills you would need for a future career. This is a great thing to do with community service if you want to work a community service-based job in the future. It's a great thing to do with research projects if you want to be a researcher in the future, to find those parallels between programs at Northwestern and future careers. It's also a great way to show how Northwestern fits into your path to achieve your future goals, which is something that they love to see. For my last tip, I think this is one of the most important ones, and that's taking a little point of yourself that they don't see anywhere else in your application and really showcasing that in your essay. Because of Corona, everything's kind of been flipped on its head this year, so the normal interviews that you might have are probably going to be gone and maybe on the phone. Make sure that when you read back through your final essay, it's an essay that could only be written by you and not by any other random student. If that's the case with your final essay, I would really encourage you to go back and add some personality or a personal story into your essay that really gives them a deeper idea of who you are as a person. All right, everybody, those are my tips and tricks for the Northwestern Supplemental Essays for 2020-2021. If these essays helped you in any way, shape, or form, please leave a like on this video. It would be greatly appreciated. If you have any questions about the Northwestern essays or anything else, please leave them in the comments below. I can usually respond to almost all of the comments, and I also make videos responding to your comments more in depth, so I'm really able to give full answers. If you want to see any of those videos or any more of my essay videos, please subscribe. I also make other types of videos as well if you want to see those. I love you all so much. I hope you have the best of luck in your college application process. I know it's tough, but you can do it, you can get through it, and it will all be worth it in the end, I promise. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.